Today I want to talk to you about a simple strategy to reduce unnecessary deaths in Cameroon. Many of you may have heard an African proverb that states, "To educate a woman is to educate a family." But what often prevents a disproportionate amount of girls from attaining more education is a simple piece of paper, a birth certificate. If you were born in the U.S., you've probably never thought twice about whether or not you have one. But that is not the case for many in the developing world. Just 56% of girls in Cameroon graduate from primary school, and on average, women in Cameroon have completed just 5.5 years of school. Increasing this is important because for each additional year of school that a girl attains, when she becomes a mother, the risk of her child dying drops 2 to 5%. This is a photo of Clarice, an example of what can be achieved with enough determination, hard work, and the proper documentation. She completed nursing school and now provides childhood vaccinations and HIV prevention education in the village where she grew up. At this point, you may be wondering what birth certificates have to do with education. In Cameroon, they are necessary for students to register to take final exams and to register for secondary school. Nearly a third of all births in Cameroon are not registered, and in rural areas, this jumps to nearly 2/3. Due to women's low social status, a disproportionate number of girl births are not registered. Birth registration rates are also lower among certain ethnicities, the same ethnicities that have the lowest rates of female educational attainment. Many obstacles prevent girls in Cameroon from going to school: preference for educating boys, early marriage, and even the foreign debt-to-export ratio, since it impacts how much the government spends on public education. These issues are multifaceted, deep-seated, and difficult to address. But birth certificates are a tangible first step towards improving girls' education. Some efforts have taken place in Cameroon to officially register more births, but additional investments are needed to eliminate this bureaucratic barrier to educational attainment. Without a birth certificate, it is impossible for students to advance in their studies. In the absence of this seemingly simple piece of paper, mothers cannot gain the additional schooling that will help improve the chances of survival for both themselves and their children. Since most women in Cameroon have a relatively low level of education, even small improvements have the potential to translate into profound reductions in maternal and child mortality. The effects of other efforts to address the root causes of low female educational attainment, like improving gender equity and reducing the foreign debt-to-export ratio, are not likely to be felt for a long time. Investing in the relatively simple strategy of ensuring every birth is officially registered is an immediate way to begin improving opportunities for women and reducing unnecessary deaths in Cameroon. Birth certificates are a right for every child, opening the doors to education and ultimately saving lives.